Now, these guys on autopilot, it's almost as if there's some ulterior motives here at play, as if they were in on it, as if they all got together and said, okay, we're going to say this in the event that it happens, because they all said the exact same shit. Now, again, it is important to set the scene. So while I continue to repeat myself on these COVID stuff, is because of someone that may be watching this video that is going to stumble across it, having never heard of me, having never knew anything of which I said. So they're going to apply some sort of default. And I don't want them to I don't want to give them the opportunity to be able to use that as something to say. It is important to note, and this is the first thing I will say. Back when the vaccines first rolled out, I have the video on my, I believe it's March 31st is the date. I have the video on my channel, and you can see the video on MSNBC as well, where Dr. Rochelle Walensky, she is the CDC director, she up and stated, and I mean, I'm almost quoting verbatim. She said, the clinical trials and real world data is saying that the people that are getting the vaccinations aren't catching the virus and aren't getting sick. Okay. That's what she said. It was sold initially, and Biden had said it multiple times in town halls, that people that got it were not going to be catching COVID. He's still saying it. He's still saying that. So you cannot allow these weirdos, as more people test positive, to state, well, no, it means that it's still working like they said it was going to work, because they're not getting as sick. It's more of a mild case. Again, that was not what they initially sold it on. That's important. What's happening now is a bunch of them have started to test positive for COVID, and a lot of them are saying the same thing. That engine, Native American Senator Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren, said today, I tested positive with a breakthrough case. It's not a breakthrough. How can we continue to say that it's a breakthrough unless we're changing the definition of that too, when it happens so often? Thankfully, I am only experiencing mild symptoms, and I'm grateful for the protection provided against a serious illness that comes from being vaccinated and boosted. So she was triple vaxxed, still got the goddamn COVID. Senator Cory Booker says that he's also tested positive for COVID-19. I'm beyond grateful to have received 2 doses of vaccine and more recently a booster. I'm certain that without them, I would be doing much worse. Again, you can't prove that unless there's some Earth 2 that exists that is alternate but parallel to the Earth that we live in, where there's another you that we can point directly to that caught it and had gotten severely sick because they weren't vaccinated. That's the only way you could tell. What people seem to forget is that a lot of people, especially in Corey's age, because he's one of the, I'm not saying he's like fucking 20 years old, but he is younger compared to like Elizabeth Warren. Fucking people that are in that age and health demographic aren't having serious problem. It already is mild. So how does that happen? How can you say with absolute certainty that, okay, because again, the other part that they sold the jab on was that it mitigates symptoms, so it seems like more of a therapeutic than anything. Okay, if it mitigates symptoms, cool. But you can't say, well, I'm having a mild case, therefore it's happening because of the jab, when people are unvaccinated, had been unvaccinated, caught it, and had mild cases. Jason Crow also says that he tested positive. I'm thankful to be fully vaccinated and boosted and experiencing only mild symptoms. The vaccine is safe and effective. I'm telling you, this sounds like what happens. All these Democrats, because every last one of these guys are Democrats, by the way. All of these Democrats got together and they said, okay, guys, we know the sham and we know this gimmick, okay? We're still selling the populace on this fucking charade. So with that being said, in the event that anybody in this room of us Democrats gets this shit, we need to be prepared to say exactly this. Nobody say anything otherwise. Just say you're glad you got vaxxed and boosted, because we all got steak and stock and Pfizer and shit. So we all got vaxxed and boosted, and it's safe and effective. That's all you got to say. These guys are in a fucking cult, man. So they're in a cult. Going back to what I've said previous times, and yes, I'm repeating myself. Look, guys, this is okay. You can mention that you got sold it's a sham in the case that what they sold you on it initially. Okay, it's okay to mention you got bamboozled. Okay, it's fine. But what I will not tolerate is the gaslighting. Gaslighting centered around people acting as if that never was said. There's still people going around right now acting like Dr. Rochelle Walensky never said that. Acting like Joe Biden never said that. Acting like that's not the whole point of the motherfucking lockdowns. You idiots. So your own policies don't even agree with you. You moron. Why on earth is Boston, for example, right now having these policies upon which they're going to force people that are unvaccinated to stay in if you still didn't believe that the vaccinated folks or the unvaccinated folks weren't being able to transmit it in comparison to the vaccinated, who I guess apparently can't, yet we know they can catch it and can still transmit it. How could you possibly say that? Well, you're talking at both sides of your mouth, and they expect, and to be fair, most people are stupid people to just believe everything, each and everything it is they said. You just watched a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake. Catch us live at 12 p.m. throughout the week over at youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and follow us over at odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. If you want to watch the entire video cast after the show is over, just be sure to become a member on the YouTube channel. Of course, the full audio portion of the podcast is available for free on all major digital platforms, or just visit forcanonsake.com.